you want me to put?
Hey everybody, Don LaChance here with I have to say one of my best friends, Pete George, all the way from Australia. Pete, say hello to everybody for me.
Hi all. Hi.
This is an interesting interview for me because I've known Pete for a long time. Got to spend a month at his place with him and his charming wife when Bert and I toured Australia. They just incredible hosts, and we had just such a great time while we were there. And we'd met online years prior to that, and just became good friends online. And then when the opportunity came up for us to travel, we told Pete like we were thinking of coming to Australia, and he said, "Well, if you do, you're staying at our place." So man, we were able to stay for a month that way, and we just had such a great time. And Pete had been following my journey. So, anyways, Pete, I know from this technology perspective, there were some things. What was it like for you following kind of some of my journey in this? Share with us what it was that really kind of attracted you, and what was it?
Probably it was quizzical to start with. I'll give it that. I thought, well, how can a little patch assist in any way, shape, or form without really knowing? And as you know, I'm not a big watcher of videos where you're getting taught something. So I just thought to myself, okay, well, I'll follow Don and see what happens with this, because it was new to me, new to a lot of people. And yeah, it was just a curious thing because, excuse me a second, because my health was deteriorating, as you know, both physically and mentally. And they started to put me on opioids for damage to the neck and back. If you saw the neck x-rays, you probably thought I was in a car accident, but it was a football accident. So it was pretty damaged. And yeah, it was just a curious thing to see what actually happened with it.
And because of our closeness, for sure, I kept telling you about this technology, right? And wanting you to try it out. And so here, your health was deteriorating, and you're watching all of this. What was it that allowed you to turn a corner and decide to give this stuff a go?
It was probably when you had your aneurysm was the big turning point. To see you physically just feel unwell and then go into hospital, and from there the recovery of the scar, that I think if you go back through some of your posts, you'll be able to see it. It's not a pretty sight, but the recovery of that, and then just how your appearance was. You were looking younger, healthier, and fitter. And in 2021, where I hit rock bottom and ended up in a mental health unit, I promised myself that I wouldn't go back on any heavy medication, because it was the opioids that got me there. Wow. And I just thought to myself, well, okay, if that's done that to Don, let's see what it can do for me. And that was the turning point.
So you made a decision that you were going to give this a go.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
What were
I
your
had nothing.
expectations?
Well, I had nothing to lose.
Okay.
Because there was numbness down both legs, both arms, keep me awake at night with arms going totally numb during the night, and you wake up and can't feel anything. 2 slap tears in both shoulders. So everything was sort of not going down the right track for me in the physical sense. And then I spoke to Jane and said, okay, I want to give this a try. And I think it was a comment that we both made that, you know, we're investing in health. So I invested in it.
How long was it before you began to experience some of the things you've experienced?
Thanks for that. Well, as you know, I received the patches on a Friday early and I put them on. And within 2 hours, I was sitting here crying because it was the first time in 6 years that I had relief that I couldn't explain. I couldn't explain it, but there was no soreness in my neck, and the pins and needles and the numbness had gone out of the arms.
Wow. So 2.5 hours after donning this technology, you were sitting there crying
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you'd experienced relief for the first time in 6 years, you said?
Yeah. Yeah. So pretty much when you and Bird were here, I was, well, actually resigned from the job that I was in when you were here, and I hadn't worked since because I couldn't. And now I'm doing things that I've never done before. Or well, I have done them before, but not in 6 years. So
That's so awesome to hear.
yeah.
So awesome to hear. So has anybody else experienced anything?
Jane, my wife, she works in retail and she's had bad problems with arthritis in her hands and her elbows. We don't know what that is. She's got myopathy from chemo, but the big ones are elbows at the moment. You know, I think in some ways, the more damage you are, the more benefit you get from the technology. And you know, as in one of the videos that Dave was saying, that, you know, some people will happen quickly and some it'll take a period of time. But I was just lucky that it happened quickly. Jane's elbows are great now. She can work pretty much all day and not have pain.
How long has she been applying this technology?
I've been just on a month. I'm over a month. I'm in my second month and Jane's in her first. So it but you just feel better. I think that's the other side to it.
So many other benefits.
Yeah.
Like in filling out the health tracker that we provide people with, right? It just raises an awareness, things like sleep, things like energy, things like mood, and things like that. Mind you, like a mood is definitely going to be affected in a case as severe as yours, where you were suffering like in a
Yeah.
big
It was,
way.
you know, like you don't attempt to take your own life for no reason. And my reason was pain. It
Wow.
was as simple as that.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah. The combination of the opioids that the doctor got wrong, mixing two wrong, and just sick of the pain and agony, not being a nice person, not being friendly, not wanting to, totally disconnected, and yeah. And now I've got myself back. I even notice it, and people have already commented how much better I'm looking. And I'll drop this little bombshell for you. I take a drug called Rinvoq for my eczema. That's why it's, you see little red patches and everything. I actually forgot to take it for 2 days, and nothing went bad. So,
What's
yeah,
that like?
It was a bit confronting because I know there's consequences if I don't come off it the right way. So I sort of panicked a bit and got back on it. But to not, like at the moment, I think I just consciously unconsciously scratched my nose, but I wasn't itchy for the 2 days, if that makes sense with eczema. If you suffer from
Wow.
eczema, you're quite itchy. And I didn't even realise until I went and sat beside the bed and thought, geez, I haven't taken that. And it's been the same for me, asthma medication as well.
Same thing for asthma medication.
Yeah, I forget to take that on a regular basis, and yeah. So, like the walk that I went on last weekend, if you jump on TikTok and that, I did a bit of a fun video, but I wouldn't have been able to walk up the hills without at least 3 or 4 puffs on my puffers. And I didn't take it with me. It wasn't even a conscious thought to pick it up and take it. And I found out how unfit I was walking with Jane, but that's what it is. It's not, geez, I've got to get onto this because of asthma. It was, hang on, I've got to stop because I'm unfit. These patches won't get you fit. They'll help you get you fit because you get off your bum.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. So if you could share just from you to people who are maybe watching this and are skeptical or doubting just how effective this technology can be, what would you say to them?
Just give it a try. We're all going to react to it different. But you can invest in your health in 2 ways. This is the way I look at it now. You can do it where it only benefits a pharmaceutical company and a doctor, or you can try different technologies that can possibly assist you in a non-harmful way. It's probably the best. And yeah, as I said earlier, not everyone's got to have a 5-minute or a 5-second or a 2-hour result, but you're investing in your health. I always wear 2 of the technology, and yeah, I get through the days a lot easier than I do. I used to sleep during the day and all that kind of stuff, but just try it. Like if you're sitting there in pain, don't go down the opioid path. Try the technology. If someone's invited you and you're still skeptical, I know Don and I have been friends for a long time, and I trust Don with my life, and he's given my life back.
Wow, that's a powerful statement, Pete. So anybody out there, you're watching this and there's a degree of reluctance on your part, there's really not a whole lot for you to lose in having a closer look at what we've got, and giving yourself an opportunity to experience the benefits of this technology. Give yourself a good 90 days to try what this is all about, and watch how your life changes. Watch how your life changes. So Pete, look, yeah, it does. You heard Pete. It does. It does change. Man, oh man, thanks for what time is it there in Australia right now?
Oh, it's somewhere after 7 or something in the morning, but
okay. My apologies for not being
no,
here.
like
You got up.
no, it's all good. Like normally I wouldn't wake up until 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, but now I'm working again. That's a good thing. And yeah, so I'm up early, more physical. So yeah, all I can say is thank you, Don.
Thank you, Pete. Thanks for getting up and doing this interview with us, because I know there'll be a lot of people who hear this story and will be deeply impacted by it. So thank you very much, my friend.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
See ya.